you, then do not say, give me a little power. Baba has already given it. There is no need for you to say, give me power. The Father has already given it. So we need to have the self-respect to experience it. Then do not say, give me a little power. You are the heir of that property. Then if you stand on the corner and beg, it doesn't suit you because it's yours already. So Baba's saying here, the Father has already given it. You simply need to know the method of how to use it. And you've been given many different methods. It is just that from time to time, you do not use them, and you are therefore not able to take benefit from them, even though you do have them. It is such great fortune. You have received it so easily. Did you make any effort? You did not have to stand on one leg, did you? It is not that you are standing in the queue for a second's glimpse. You are sitting comfortably. Even sitting on the ground, you are sitting on foam. You are very comfortable and easily making your fortune elevated. Do you have this much intoxication? All of you say with intoxication that the bestower of fortune belongs to you. Since the bestower of fortune belongs to you, to whom would he give the fortune? Yeah. To have made the bestower of fortune belong to you means to have attained the right to fortune. Those who have this intoxication constantly have the experience. If fortune is not mine, who else would it belong to? Because the bestower of fortune belongs to me. One of the titles for God, or name that God is known by, is Bhagwan. Bhagwan means one who opens your bhagya, your fortune. So when God comes, he opens our fortune. So Baba's saying, those who have the intoxication constantly have the experience. If fortune is not mine, who else would it belong to? Because the bestower of fortune belongs to me. Do you have this much intoxication? Does it sometimes increase and sometimes decrease? Yeah. And one of the things that helps us not to fluctuate is certain efforts I have to make daily. If I'm not regular in making certain efforts, then the fluctuation can set in. If I make my Amrit Vela powerful, I listen to the Murli, I churn the Murli. In the evening, I do a reflection and I give my chant, and those are non-negotiables. And if those things are kept regular, then my stage doesn't go up and down. Things do happen, but that's your support. Things get challenged when we are not regular. That's it. That's why one of Baba's powerful words that he gives us as a gift is constant. That's why even God is known as Sada Shiva. Constant. Certain things in our life we have to make constant. Then we don't fluctuate. So Baba's saying here, The time of the confluence age is so short, and the majority of you are all new. You have received so little time. However, within the drama, the speciality of the confluence age is that whether you are old or new, even new ones have been given a golden chance for claiming a number ahead. Do the new ones have this much enthusiasm? Or do you think, no, there are many who are ahead of us. We have only just come. Baba says, no, you have full freedom. You can make as much progress as you want. You simply need to pay attention to your practice. It's a key line, that. You simply have to pay attention to your practice. Some old ones become careless. And then, if new ones don't become careless, you can claim a number ahead. You would then claim a number. You wish to take it, do you not? Not the first number, but the first division. Father Brahma has been fixed as the first number. However many want to, they can come in the first division. So in which division will all of you come? If everyone comes in the first, then who would come in the second? In which group will the mothers come? Okay, first. Very good. Good. Baba's remembering his mothers. Yeah. So in which division will the mothers come? The first. Will you come in the first? Very good. We have to come here there. The determined faith guarantees your fortune. I don't know if I will come there or not. Maybe as I progress further, Maya will come. Yesterday, Baba said Maya is like an eagle. She watches. Yeah? And I just had the beautiful intoxication that the eagle flies high, but with Baba, I can fly higher. Eagle can't catch you when you're above it. Its vision is down. So if we stay above, Maya doesn't climb up, Maya looks down. So if you're down, Maya can catch you. So Baba's saying Maya is also very clever. Never have such wasteful thoughts. When the Almighty is with you, Maya is a paper tiger in front of him. Therefore, do not be afraid. Never have the thought, I don't know. Become master knowledgeful as you continue to perform every action. There was a WhatsApp clip that went around this week. I don't know if you saw it. The mouse was chasing the cat because the cat forgot that it could eat the mouse, you see. So the cat was running and the mouse was chasing it, yeah? And sometimes that's what happens when we forget who we are, yeah? It was so powerful, and I don't like to watch mouse, actually. They give me a feeling. But this was so powerful. The cat was running and the mouse was chasing it, you know? So when we forget who we are, then Maya gives us a run. Yeah. So Baba saying here, therefore do not be afraid. Never have the thought, I don't know. Become master knowledgeful as you continue to perform every action. Experiencing his company makes everything constantly easy and keeps you safe. When you forget the company, everything becomes difficult. However, the promise that all of you have made is that you will live together and go home together. This is your promise, is it not? Or will you live alone and return alone? So, increase your experience of this company. Increase the experience of this company. You know that you have the company, you accept it. But what is the difference? You know this, you accept it, but you do not move along according to it at the right time. The force of Maya makes you forget the cause. But is Maya so powerful? Is she powerful, or are you? Or is it that sometimes Maya is powerful and sometimes you are powerful? So in this context, Maya is like the illusions that create certain belief systems in us, and we consider it to be truth, and it's not. Yeah? So Baba says here, Maya is powerful, and sometimes, is it that sometimes Maya is powerful and sometimes you are powerful? Your weakness is Maya. It is nothing else. Your weaknesses become Maya and comes in front of you. Just as a physical weakness comes to you in the form of an illness, in the same way, the weakness of the soul comes in front of you in the form of Maya. It is nothing else. So do not become weak, and Maya will then not come. Your aim is to become conquerors of Maya and conquerors of the world. How many times have you become victorious? Countless. And yet you become afraid. When something new happens, you say, it was something new. I did not know about it, and therefore I became afraid. However, on the other hand, you say that you've been victorious many times. So why do you become afraid? Baba is such a dear parent, isn't it? Where he makes the child so strong. Don't get frightened. No, it's like he puts your perspective in place for you. The Father's love for your children is such that he wants each child to become an elevated soul and claim a right to the kingdom. You do not wish to become one who has a right to become a subject to you. So one who has a right to a kingdom is the one who has conquered every physical organ. If you do not gain victory over your physical organs and over your mind, intellect, and sanskars, how would you rule over your subjects? If you become such kings, you'll not be able to gain victory over yourselves. Then even the golden age will become the iron age. Therefore, check whether your mind, intellect, and sanskars are under your control. Is your mind controlling you, or are you controlling your mind. Powerful checking point as we write our chart during the day and at night. And just to really check, did I create my thoughts today? How much did I manage my thoughts today? Or did the drama of life live me today? When you complain and say, I cannot stabilize my mind is wandering, is this being a conqueror of your mind? Today, my mind is unhappy. Today, my mind is being attracted to something else. Are these the thoughts of a victorious person? How can those who are not able to gain victory over themselves gain victory over the world? Therefore, check to what extent you have become a conqueror of your physical organs and your mind. If you wish to come into the first division, you are able to attain your aim by having these qualifications. Babdada saw that you children are maintaining a lot of zeal and enthusiasm. You even like a life of knowledge. You are still moving forward well when it comes to listening and relating. But whilst moving along, what is the reason why some weaknesses come? The main reason is that whatever you say and whatever you hear, you lack the experience of every virtue, every power, and every point of knowledge. This is the key line of today's Murli. Baba wants us to go into the depth of the experience of it. You know, it's like you can come so close to it, but still you may know a recipe, you may even bake it, you may even look at it, but you only know once you eat it, isn't it? The experience. So we can go through so many steps with this knowledge and with Baba, but we can lack the experience because we don't go into the depth of it. We must eat Baba. It's like have that experience. Taste it. Yeah. For instance, how many times do you say to yourself or to others, I am a soul, you are a soul. I'm an embodiment of peace. I'm an embodiment of happiness. How many times do you think this and say this to others? However, whilst walking and moving around, you lack the experience of soul consciousness, of being an embodiment of knowledge, an embodiment of love, and an embodiment of peace. It was Monday, Baba was saying, the soul talks to the soul. If the soul is talking to the body, the soul won't hear. But remember, Monday morning's Murli. Yeah. Your speaking and listening are greater than your experience. And the greatest authority is experience. Become absorbed in that experience. When you say embodiment of peace, then you yourself and others should experience the peace within the form. You speak of each virtue individually and each power individually, but let those virtues and powers be experienced at the time of need. Some continue to say that they have to imbibe the power of tolerance and that it is good to be tolerant, but they do not have that experience. I'm just looking for my point. Tolerant. Because of lacking that experience, they are not able to attain as much as they want. If every one of you were to ask whether you are making as much effort as you should be making, very few would answer yes. You need to experience in your practical lives and actions as much as you receive. Do not experience this just in your thoughts, but let yourself and others too also experience the virtue and powers in your practical activity and actions. You say that you are embodiments of knowledge, so let the form be visible. An embodiment is for all the time. Being an embodiment is not only sometimes. If you look at someone who has a life without knowledge, if someone has an angry nature, then when anything happens, that form is visible. It does not remain hidden. Whether it is something small or large, whatever the form of someone is, it is visible. You yourself experience it and others also experience it. Then what do you say? He is an angry person. His sanskars are those of anger. Therefore, the sanskars are visible, are they not? In the same way, let others experience your being the embodiment of knowledge, an embodiment of peace, and an embodiment of happiness. So whilst you are shopping in the shopping center and you're busy with your trolley, somebody should walk past you and say, oh, you're so peaceful. Yeah? Not just action conscious. Yeah? Those are the places where we can really give experiences. Because especially in the malls, there's such recycled energy. Yeah. I want, I need, I don't have. So we have to vibrate so differently. So Baba's saying here, therefore the sanskars are visible, are they not? In the same way, let others experience your being an embodiment of knowledge, an embodiment of peace, and an embodiment of happiness. To be an embodiment of all experiences is a sign of elevated effort. So now increase your experience. Did you experience whatever you spoke about? If you do not experience it, the reason is that you do not pay attention to the method you have been given. The more you revise the knowledge, virtues, and powers, the more easily you'll be able to realize them. Revise, realize. Because you do not revise it, you lack the realization. Yeah. And sometimes, you listen to the Murli a few times in the day. I found the other day, I think it was the fourth time I was listening to that Murli, and I thought, oh, I missed this. So that how many times you miss something out? Yeah. So it is very good that you have heard it, but as you walk and move around, revise it. People of the world say that karma is yoga. They do not believe karma to be separate from yoga. They consider karma to be yoga. To have yoga with karma, they consider this to be karma yoga. However, there has to be a balance between karma, in this context, action, and yoga. To remain busy in karma is not yoga. Whilst you are performing actions, experience yoga. This is Brother Freddie's favorite point, ne? Karma yogi. When you get busy performing actions, the actions become elevated and the yoga is then put to one side. This is the carelessness that comes as you move along. To experience yoga whilst performing actions is known as being a karma yogi. Sometimes Brother Freddie is cutting something in the garage, but before he does that, he lights his incense, sets the atmosphere. Sometimes you smell the incense coming out the garage, you realize what's happened, realize he's doing his work. But he creates an ambience and an atmosphere before he starts doing what he has to do. A parampara agarbati. Yeah. So the main thing is to become the embodiment of experience, to become absorbed in the experience of every virtue, to become an embodiment of all powers. Let all powers be visible in your form. Even now, if someone has a special power, what do you say of that person? That one is the embodiment of tolerance, that the power to face is very much visible in that one. It is because it is visible that you say this. If you are not able to see it in some, if you are able to see it in some and not in others, or you are able to see it sometimes but not at all times, it means there is less attention. Let others experience every virtue, every power, and every point of knowledge from your form. And that will only happen when you have this experience yourself. If you yourself are experienced, then others would automatically receive an experience from you. And when you experience it, you have so much happiness. When you experience any virtue or power for even a second, your happiness increases so much. You would constantly experience the sparkling of happiness, and the sparkling of having the fortune of happiness would be on your face. The sparkle of fortune of happiness would be on your face. So now increase what we have to do. Increase the experience. The method for this is clear, is it not? Baba said, revise, realize, and use it. Acha. All of you have the fortune of happiness, but you have come to celebrate with special happiness. So if all of you received happiness, are all of you staying comfortably? When the mind is at rest, the body automatically receives rest. This has to happen. The more you expand your places, the smaller they will become. This is destined. What can you do about it? It is good. You are able to have a rehearsal. whatever you make, wherever you make us sit, however you make us sit, and wherever you make us sleep, you are able to have a rehearsal of this. Yeah? As Madhuban grew and more Baba's children came, then things had to change. You are able to have a rehearsal of it. It is good to sleep on the floor. You become kings of the floor. In the scriptures, the kings and queens of the floor are remembered very much. Yeah? So the Hindi words is Patrani and Patraja, the queen and king who live very comfortably. You have become this very easily. Do you have any difficulties? Bab Dada and the instrument souls think that you should all live comfortably. And if you are able to remain comfortable, even when there are a lot of people, it's a matter of great happiness. Are you happy wherever you are staying? Do you have any difficulties? Should we call more people? If a notice is sent out saying that anyone who wants to come can come, what would you have to do? You would have to do constant tapasya. Eat the nourishment of happiness and have constant yoga, and then everyone can come. Would you do this? Would you not get tired? Would you not be hungry? Would you not even eat for 7 days? You would not get any food for 7 days. Bab Dada does not wish to make you this by force. You are easy yogis. Yeah. So Baba had to say that because every child of Baba feels they have a right and they would like to come to Madhuban, but there's a practicality in the physical dimension. You know, Baba says in the subtle region, you can be with me as close as you want to be. Yeah. This meeting with God is no small fortune. Only a few of you souls, a few out of multi-millions, receive this elevated fortune of meeting God. Acha. You have met Baba now. In devotion, you visit non-living images, whereas here the Father meets you children in your living form and also as a heart-to-heart conversation with you. So is this fortune a small thing? Even so, all of you are lucky. The speed of time is changing. You are at least sitting comfortably and listening to Baba. As you progress further, when there is expansion, this will change, will it not? Even so, you are lucky because you have not come at the time when it will be too late. You have come at the time of being late. So are all of you happy? To the fortunate souls everywhere who belong to the most elevated bestower of fortune, to those who constantly maintain the faith and intoxication of being conquerors of their minds and conquerors of the world, to the experienced souls who experience every virtue, power, and point of knowledge, to the souls in the combined form who constantly keep the Father with them, to those who easily draw their line of elevated fortune, to such extremely close and elevated souls, Bab, there is love, remembrance, and namaste. Yeah, say namaste to the spiritual father. So throughout the Murli, did you stay in the depth of the ocean? Or did you start watching the ocean? Or did you go onto the street? Huh? Baba took us into the depth of the ocean today. And the blessing for today, may you be an image of easy success by serving simultaneously with your words and thoughts. May you be an image of easy success by serving simultaneously with your words and thoughts. As well as serving with your words, to serve with your thought power, too, is the final powerful service. When you serve with the combined form of serving with thoughts and with words, there'll be easy success and you will receive double the result. There are few who serve with words, but let all the others who take care of everything and who are engaged in other work serve with their minds. You know? By your doing this, the atmosphere will become yogyukt. It's a very beautiful practice. Somewhere someone is delivering Baba's knowledge. And even if you're washing dishes or doing whatever, connect with Baba and give the gift of willpower. Just keep vibrating willpower to souls. Because souls listen to the knowledge, but sometimes they don't have willpower to accept it or live it. So you don't have to be saying anything, but whilst you're doing the most simplest actions, just connect and support through your yogdan. Yeah? You can be doing amazing things and you can be experiencing an amazing space whilst doing the most ordinary action. You know? It's not that you only activate your power of mind when it's needed, but whilst you do everything, you can do it. You know? It's beautiful. Baba is saying, by your doing this, the atmosphere will become yogyukt. Let each one of you understand, I have to serve. By your doing this, the atmosphere will become powerful and double service will take place. And the slogan, remain constantly seated on the seat of a constant and stable stage, and you will remain unshakable and immovable. Remain constantly seated on the seat of a constant and stable stage, and you will remain unshakable and immovable. And the Avyak signal point for today, now according to the time, become free from attachment and have unlimited disinterest. Have disinterest with your mind. With the mirror of perfection, check your subtle attachment. Give this gift of love for Father Brahma to him and leave all your supports. Moini Didi shared something very beautiful this morning regarding that. She said, you know, a boat can be moving in the water. It's not going anywhere far, but it's still anchored. It's only when you remove the anchor can the boat really move forward. So sometimes we're still moving, but we're going nowhere. I have to remove my anchor from the old, then I'll move forward. You know? The illusion is I'm moving, but I'm actually moving nowhere. You know? So give this gift of love for Father Brahma to him and leave all the supports. Become free. Make a promise. Now, according to the time, you have to celebrate the day of perfection. Have such a determined thought that no matter what goes away, you'll never break your promise. No? Om Shanti. So a beautiful dose from Baba, a powerful experience going into the depth of the ocean. So anything you like to share? I know you have to go early, right? You want to just say hello to the class? Come say hello. They have to go away just now. Come, let the class meet you. Come, Sakash. Tell them something. Yes, Mike. Oh, I'll make it worse. Okay, all right. Hmm. She's feeling quite emotional. Yeah, she just was born and this baby came to Baba. And that's the time Baba in the Murli, for the first time, I heard the word Sakash. So I kept saying that, you know, Baba Sakash is with you. And this child was named Sakash. So everyone asked her, where you got this name from? It's not even a Islamic Arabic name, but God's name for her, Sakash. Good. You want to come and say something, Zarina? Come. A quick one, Zarina. You have to say hello to the family, then you can run.
It's amazing. I was with the organization years ago into Madhavan, you know, who would have every morning prayer. And that time prayer was not prayer.
Meditation, yeah.
Very early. I'm a bed at 3 and I had to be at the center at 5 and go to work from the center. And I would take all this information.
This was on Innes Road, yeah. So just up the road, Sister Amrit used to stay, and Zarina used to stay there as well. She's still the nurse at Brentest, but since that time she used to. So I was very touched yesterday. She just walked into Baba's house, and my heart felt so warmed. Yeah.
And so Baba called me. Baba said, come here, work to do. And that's it. It came. And Baba said, "Gotta be here tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock." Thank you for this giving. And thank you.
Welcome home.
Welcome.
Good. Sandy, say hello. Sandy's also our good friend. We've seen Sandy. Mm.
And I think that just brought.
Mm.
Thank you.
Good. Okay. Okay. So Baba's calling all his children, eh? It's so beautiful. Yeah. It was such a moving moment yesterday when Zarina just walked into the Murli room and she just sat there and her heart just said, Ship Baba, Brahma Baba. The just way it was like flowing. And then she walked that side and she saw Dadi and she said, Dadi, you've never left me, eh? So, but she's been listening to Murli. She gets it on WhatsApp. So, but souls come back home. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Mm. Imagine 25 years later, that child was born. And because she had been to Madhuban and all of that, and then she had this baby, she was hard on herself. So she didn't come, but she's here now. And this child she also listens to the Murli and also has Amrit Vela. Yeah, it's interesting playing their part. So anyway, what did Baba draw your attention to today? Let's just take a moment and digest it. And Jamie, Ben, you came all the way from Port Elizabeth, so you have to share the first point. Huh? Oh, Quebecer, Quebecer. Quebecer. Use the method. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Mm. Yeah. Yes. Lovely. Sampurna Ben, you look ready. Say it, say it, say it. Mm. Just a little louder because there are some online. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Mm. So Sampurnam Ben was just sharing for those online that it's what experience we give. And she was just sharing, she lives in a complex. And even going to the bin to go and drop the things, she's watched and the way she does it. It's like, this is where our experiences, and it's true once Baba said how in the most ordinary, you show your angelic energy. Yeah. Brother Kadravel, you're thinking deeply, share it. Mm. Mm. And there's a very subtle, so Brother Kadavell was talking about, Baba says we are ordinary, and the Baba comes in ordinary form. It's very interesting when something is given life, it's always incubated. It's like a seed that's planted in the ground. You don't see it, it grows. When a baby is going to be born, the mother's pregnant. You don't see it visibly, but you can see something's happening. Anything that is about to take birth is first incognito and then becomes cognito when there's power. It's very interesting. Even when Baba's Yagya, if you look at the Yagya and the 14 years, it was very, very quiet. And now you see the expansion, we see the revelation. And even in our efforts, it's a very powerful aspect. When you have an effort that you'd like to make purely, plant the seed of it and nurture it every day. Don't have to talk about it because many other energies touch it then. But give it birth and then give it as a gift. Ordinary father meets his ordinary children in ordinary form. And then the birth is an angel and a deity. He does the extraordinary things, yeah. Yeah. What else? Sister Chiba. Yeah. Yes. Important checking point. Yeah. Is your mind controlling you or you controlling your mind? Welcome back, Sister Kalpana. You have to give us your points now. The sign of God's love is that he fulfills your desire. In the next line, he says, I've come to give you the peace and I've come to give you the happiness. No? Because even in the world, people have desires, but ultimately the aim behind their desires, they want to be happy. They want peace. Yeah. What else? Yes. Baba is available. Is present. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. So Pretty Baba is just saying it's a threefold step. One is that you have to revise it first and then to have the realization, but then you also have to experience it. And I think was it Nevebai that once said that realization is not enough. Once you have a realization, you have to make a plan about your realization so that you have a method to now work with it. Yeah. And it's always important. And I know Brother Charlie always used to talk about this. And it's a very deep checking point. I must ask myself, when last did I have a realization? If my realizations once in a while means I'm not using the method properly, I need to keep the energy alive and awake, because the method for growth is realization and then implementation after that realization. Experiment with it. Baba said today, practice it. Come, bring it. We are becoming spiritual scientists in the laboratory of the mind. Champa, I could feel it. Say, Champa. Baba's love for every child is to become elevated and to claim a right to the kingdom. What's a Brother Freddie point? Line of fortune. You have to serve with the combined form. Be a karma yogi. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. Just that point, if we digest it and accept it, it's like every treasure is available then. The point that Sampunam Ben shared is the bestower of fortune belongs to us. And so just the whole how much do I accept it? And that will open the mind to all treasures. Yes. Yeah. So Mona is just sharing that the whole aspect of the bestower of fortune is mine. So if I'm not experiencing the fortune, who else will? Isn't it? Is that, yeah. Surya Ben. Yeah, so Surya Ben sharing, do I have the experience and the intoxication of who is my companion? Okay. Anybody online would like to share? Om Shanti.
वरदान लुटाने वाले, सद्ज्ञान सुनाने वाले, वरदान लुटाने वाले, सद्ज्ञान सुनाने वाले। आठों ही प्रहर मेरे तेरे ध्यान में लग जाए, वरदान लुटाने वाले, सद्ज्ञान सुनाने वाले। बिन मांगे वो पाया, जिसे ढूंढ रही दुनिया, उसने हमें अपनाया, उसने हमें अपनाया। कौन मिला मुख कैसे बतलाए, वरदान लुटाने वाले, सद्ज्ञान सुनाने वाले। चुप रहना चाहे हम, ये आंखें बोलती है, इनमें बसता है तो सब भेद ये खोलती है, सब भेद ये खोलती है। चेहरे की ये मुस्कान तेरा पता बता जाए, वरदान लुटाने वाले, सद्ज्ञान सुनाने वाले। किसी और ने ना देखा, बस हम और तुम थे जब, बदली जीवन रेखा, बदली जीवन रेखा। चमके क्यों ना भाग्य भला, भगवान जो चमकाए, वरदान लुटाने वाले, सद्ज्ञान सुनाने वाले, वरदान लुटाने वाले, सद्ज्ञान सुनाने वाले। आठों ही प्रहर मेरे तेरे ध्यान में लग जाए, वरदान लुटाने वाले, सद्ज्ञान सुनाने वाले, वरदान लुटाने वाले, सद्ज्ञान सुनाने वाले, वरदान लुटाने वाले, सद्ज्ञान सुनाने वाले, वरदान लुटाने वाले, सद्ज्ञान सुनाने